Hi everyone, my name is Oneyka Cindy Ojogbo. I'm the acting CEO at CLG Global and I'm here at the Libya Energy and Economic Summit here in Tripoli. CLG's work in Libya and indeed across Africa has fundamentally been about enabling African control over African resources. We work with governments, we work with regulators, we work with foreign investments with the sole aim of making the African countries investable, enacting policies that regulate the industry, clear framework upstream, downstream across the entire value chain, and ensuring that we retain value in Africa, even while making the deal commercially attractive. We work with local attorneys across Africa. I can't speak on Libya yet, but there's something in the works that we're going to announce in the coming days at the conference. But we're working extensively with our Libyan colleagues to ensure that the Libyan energy market is attractive to investments and we're attracting the right type of partners and retaining value for Libyans in Libya. Libya is in a very interesting and unique position on the African energy continent. On the one hand, it has one of the largest untapped resources on the continent and is strategically positioned between Europe and North Africa. On the other hand, it is quite significant to Africa's energy reawakening. It's a country that's rebuilding its energy infrastructure not from scratch, but from a place of historic strength. Libya was a huge energy player prior to conflicts in the country. And now Libya will be able to create a template for post-war energy infrastructure rebuilding should it overcome what it has been through. I think the continent is looking forward to what Libya will do and cheering Libya on and hoping that Libya will play a very significant role in Africa's energy, in growing Africa's energy sector and could position the continent in the shifting geopolitical energy sphere. I think Libya requires clarity and consistency in its legal and regulatory frameworks. To boost investor confidence and attract the right types of investment into the country, Libya's pressing needs revolve around the codification of its upstream laws, clarity in production sharing terms, and of course, clarity in foreign exchange regulations and repatriation of funds. Investors are looking for predictability, certainty in fiscal terms that would create long-term investments and of course unlocking capital and de-risking long-term investments. I think Libya needs to focus on clarity in these regulatory reforms in upstream, downstream and midstream sectors. A lot of work has gone in there with the NOC Libya and of course its subsidiaries Milate and Zalaf in the downstream sector, unlocking gas potentials in the country. But a lot of work needs to be done to ensure that there is clarity and of course consistency that investors can rely on long term. This is my first time at the summit, I must say, and it's a beautifully organized summit. Thanks to Energy, Capital and Power for the great work that you've done, and to the Ministry, of course, and NOC Libya for their continued support in organizing this great conference. For me, there's a lot of expectations. I just want to hear and see one thing throughout my stay at this summit. I want to hear clear timelines in terms of reforms, legal and regulatory reforms. When would this be done? When would that be done? Clear timelines, clear implementation plans as far as licensing, regulatory in upstream and downstream, midstream sectors. I want to hear this because this provides confidence to the market. There's a lot of professionals from the sector here from around the world, the Americas, the Europe. I guess we want to just hear a lot from the ministry as to what we can expect going forward. We want to hear clarity. I think clarity is the key for me. Clear timelines, clear implementation plans so that the industry, the sector can come to Libya confidently and do a lot of work within the sector to promote Libya and of course the Libyan people. Thank you.